What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update video. If you guys remember last time we were talking, as well as pretty much a lot of the videos leading up till now, Bitcoin's really just been chilling in this fat range right here. And it's been a lot of chip chop sideways action, really between these two parallel channel price channel here you see, and then we got our local support down here at 30,000 and some resistance up here at 39,000. And well, we're coming back in to battle our trend line again, which again, don't forget, we got our most important trend line in crypto here with these two touches, and then just the parallel channel. You can see the inside of this channel acted as resistance up here, some support, some resistance and support flips here, resistance, and now this whole thing has been acting as resistance here. So what we need to see from a bullish perspective, once again, is a break back into this channel. We had our fake out over here. You can see that we broke into the channel, but we immediately came back down. We didn't find support to resume, and we closed back in the channel, and then have been trading sideways here again. So essentially, it's the same thing as always, right? So if we get rejected here again, then we need to come back down and find support, ideally somewhere around here, 32,000. A little bit higher would be nicer. Uh, Otherwise, really just kind of neutral again, back on the sidelines until Bitcoin picks a real direction. If we lose the support down here again at 30K, it's going to be interesting because honestly, I mean, well, we've been flirting with both the highs and the lows of this region for a while here. So I mean, hey, we could get another bounce out of here, or if we finally break this, that's when things could get really interesting. Maybe we lose 30K, and honestly, we won't see any support really down until 20K, which I doubt that even holds because it's not that strong of a level overall. A lot of people think so, but it's all-time high and some little resistance here. But in reality, it's 14K, where we had a lot of support down here and major resistance here and resistance here. That's gonna be the strongest level in Bitcoin. That would be the maximum it could potentially fall, ideally. Let's say from top to bottom. It's about a 78%, 85% puts us down 11, 12K, which is also a lot of support and resistance down here. We can revisit that on larger time frames another day. But yeah, that's the worst case. The best case scenario, or more likely even potentially, is because we're on our third month right now of red, right? Let's just show you real quick. This would be our third red month. So I don't know. It's really unlikely. I feel like to have 4 red months right now, but who knows? I mean, we could be wrong. Let's just let this all play out, right? Let me go back to the daily. So what we want to see happen over the next couple days, and ideally before July 1st, when the monthly candle closes, it would be really cool to see if Bitcoin could pop back up here to play with 38K, 39K again. For two reasons. One, obviously we'll be back in the channel, so we're looking really good. But then this monthly candle would print a nice little close. Oops, sorry. This monthly candle, if I clean it up for you, let's just go to BLX, right? This monthly candle would be a green candle actually then, and then it would close as a nice dragonfly doji, ideally then looking like a nice bottoming candle because you can see a lot of buy pressure wick support up here, and then the next candle should then attack, the monthly closes up here at 45K, 46K with that wick, and then really the all-time high up here at 60K, which the all-time high is 65K, but 60K, 58,000. Once we pass that, we're looking really, really good. Let's just go back to Bitcoin here then, and more zoomed in info because we got some cool stuff developing here with the RSI, and I want to take a look at that. So really interesting, right? The whole climb up, Bitcoin reached an all-time high here. It touched 35,000. This is when we had our bull flag. We called about, this nice little entry right here, actually, if you guys could see it. Let's just take a little revisit. We talked about this nice little entry here. Once we broke out of this bull flag, we broke out, retest. That was the resumption off. A nice big measured move. However, price made a higher high, right? A high. That's the higher high. You can see the indicator down here made a high. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. The indicator down here, it made a high, but it made a lower high. Not only did it do that once, it also did it twice, 3 times, sorry. Another high here, another lower high, and then 4 times, another higher high, and another lower high. So that's not what you want to see from a bullish perspective. And obviously you can see it played out, right? We sell off here because we saw some weakness. But now, we've come in again for another test. That was this right here. That failed rejection. If the RSI, or rather, if price breaks up in here, you know, this RSI is looking to leave this range, and it hasn't left this range all the way since January. So that would be quite interesting, because then we got our momentum back to the upside. You can see our momentum is crossed right now. We're headed, momentum to the upside right now. And we had the opposite down here. We have hidden bullish divergence down here, right? Where we got lows. I'll make it a line chart so you guys can see it easier. Check this out. Go a line chart, right? Nice and easy. All these closes. These are clearly making all these lower lows, right? This is just parallel, so I like it. Because when you go back to the daily, It looks nicer with the candles. But these are all lower lows. But RSI down here is making higher lows. So would be really interesting to see us leave this range out of here to the upside, because I really want to see what happens once we get back in this range, maybe find support. Maybe we can finally retake 38K and finally go play with that 46 to 50K, or just the most important trend line in crypto up here level. That's where things get really interesting, because even if, let's say, even if it's over, right? The bull market's over, like for whatever reason people think so. Even if it's over, even if we were to see lower levels from here, it's still, I think, more likely that we come back up to revisit higher levels before then going lower. Or ideally getting back into here, things get really back to crazy again, because we would be above a lot of shorter term moving averages, and like structurally the bull market would look a lot better. But don't get me wrong, the bears are still in control until we can go back above 46K and this biggest trend line right now. Outside of here, and you're in the clear, right? Bitcoin goes outside of here, we're golden. We're back to the freaking moon, okay? But that's what we've been looking at for Bitcoin. We go to the weekly here. You know, we've been oversold for quite some time down here. You can see we typically don't stay down here for super long, other than the bear market down here. We were down here for a prolonged period of time. So let's see what happens when we get our first cross up here on the weekly. Because the last time we crossed, Bitcoin was at 10,000. We went to 65,000. And the last time it crossed, it was Bitcoin 3,000. And we went all the way up to 10,500 again. So yeah, let's keep an eye on this. Let's take a look at the altcoins now. We got Ethereum. I'm going to go in here, zoomed in. Okay. So Ethereum, let's go to the daily, sorry. We got our trading channel that we've been in for a while, and we actually finally lost it here. You can see we lost not only the $2,500 support, but we lost the lower trend line here. So we lost it, and now we came back down to support down here at 2,000, and you know, the midline here, 1,800 bucks or so. Actually, I can flip this back green now. If we could hold that, what I just marked green, you can see we're into our resistance right now, where we had a lot of the support right here, and then all this resistance, and now we're back here into resistance again. So a clear from here would take us to I like the confluence here of 2,500 bucks resistance from all these resistance and support and resistance flips here, but also this trend channel, you know. So if we come back up in here, just watch for this zone before we chip chop around. A break back into the channel looks actually a lot better. If we come back into this channel, then we can play around between 3,000 and 2,500 bucks again, and then we can start tackling, you know, higher from there. So that's what we're watching for Ethereum. This would be our line of repair. Outside of here, we're looking better. Back in the channel, even better. XRP, gotta go log on this guy. So I've adjusted this line since this recent crash here, because I had it a little more steep, but it still works really well with this parallel uptrend, right? You can see the midline's pretty nice too. But we got support down here, and we got support on this most recent touch. This midline has resistance, resistance, support, support and resistance, and the top line resistance, resistance. So finding support here is nice. 60 cents held. You know, we broke 80 cents, which was, I didn't think as likely, but I mean, not a big deal, because 60 cents and 80 cents are really close to each other with the confluence. Let's just go to weekly here, so you get an idea of what I mean. Boom, let's zoom in. So you can see all the weekly candles, they closed here at 60 cents. They closed over here at resistance, right? And support over here. 80 cents was the recent top over here, and these tippy tops over here, and this one right here. So I thought that would hold, but no big deal. We're back down to 60 cents, and you can see outside the biggest downtrend channel we've had, my resistance is up here, double resistance here. This is finding support 2 times now, so that's also really powerful for the continuation move. And then, you know, all these resistance and support flips in the middle of the channel here, and on the bottom, resistance, support, support. So I really like my XRP chart. It's nice and clean. Back above 80 cents, we'll go play with our $1.40, the mid of this channel, you know, and higher, $2 and on. So XRP looking really good though. Taking a look at Stellar, you can see we recently lost our upward trending support here, and we lost 34 cents. So we are now back down. We tested all the way back down to 20 cents. Pretty crazy flash crash, but it got bought back up into this channel where you can see we had support, resistance and support here, and now we're just riding it ideally as support here again in between this little zone. If we could clear back above 33 cents, we'll come play with the top of this channel again, and just pretty much chip chop like this. A break of this is a back down to the test of this, and maybe we flirt in this channel. And then we got our prime trend line down here too, so I expect this to hold if we start to play with those levels. We got Cardano over here. Cardano has also recently lost support at the $1.60, but coming back into support pretty much like right here. You can see all these bodies close. Ooh, let me clean that up a little better. You can see price close here a lot better, where all the actual candles close as resistance. It might hold as support here. I'm not really too worried about being that accurate with it though. I just got this parallel channel coming in here. I like the symmetry. We lost the support here, so we came back down, tested, 90 cents, 96 cents, whatever, and we might just flirt here for a little while. If we lose this trend line and the support here, then we're definitely coming back down for a test of the previous resistance over here and support. Could happen, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, just judging by how the crypto markets have been acting recently. Cardano is one of the stronger projects, so let's see what happens. We got Litecoin over here. Litecoin also lost this internal trend line actually, so we had support, resistance, 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 support. Almost acted as support, tried to, kind of did for a moment, and then now we lost it. So came in for a retest of support here, $100, and now we're below $150. But we got our prime trend line where we have all the support down here coming in over here. We might just play over here for a little while, go back up $150, and we'll tackle this trend line next with this resistance up at 230. And then a loss of this level, if that ever happens, $75. Looks pretty good because we got a lot of resistance over here, support, resistance, support over here, resistance over there. So that's what we got for Litecoin. We got some Tron over here. Tron also doing pretty good. Nothing compared to last time. Just been range bound. Everything we've been saying still applies. Just going to chill in this range because we're holding our prime trend line ideally here. If we lose this for whatever reason, then we got some support down here. You can see for yourself how I got the chart laid up. Let's take a look at Quant. Quant has been one of my favorite ones to chart still, and we've been dominating it here pretty good. Should really stack up a little bit more on this guy. Maybe we can soon actually with this recent rejection at all-time highs. You can see that we broke out of this huge channel for multi-years, and we found support on top of the channel, broke out of our previous resistance here, and we've came in back for the retest, and we might still do that. You can see Quant chops a lot, so I'd expect us to range between here up at the highs at $80, and then the lows down here, we'll say, since there's been a lot of buying pressure, maybe the top over here, 60 to $70 or so should act as support here, but at the very least, this outer trend channel should hold as support, and then this high. If we lose this, back into the trend channel, and we still got support down here. So let's just see what happens. We got Uniswap over here. So Uniswap, our line of repair, we gotta fix this guy. This is on a weekly time frame, which actually works. I don't really care to get on the daily even actually on this guy. So break above this, which we're testing right now. Come back in for recess of $25. Otherwise, a loss of this and a loss of this, we're going to come back down to the previous all-time high, down here at like $8.50, $9. Or yeah, I mean, just ideally we break this and we just range here. So let's see what happens, because this guy either just goes sideways or it's ripping, it looks like, right? So that's how this one likes to play out. Looking at Telcoin, I changed this one around a little bit to clean it up nice and neat. And we're on a daily. I actually extended this out. I saw the symmetry here. I kind of liked it. All the support, and the recent support here. And I turned this into a zone. A little bit of candle closes here. All these wicks coming in, this wick coming in. So this is our support zone. You can see we're coming to a pinch there. This is our line of repair, all this resistance. And then we have more micro resistance here at like 0.025. A break above this. Yeah, you can see it's about to pop. Make, you're definitely ready for this one. We break above here. We're going to come find support in this zone and then launch higher to tackle our resistance up here at almost 4 pennies or so, roughly. But outside of that, we're pretty much off to the moon. Going to be quite explosive out of here. Loss of this green box, and surely we're coming back down into this. So let's see what happens. Get your shorts and longs ready. We got Holochain lastly then, just this huge parallel downtrending channel for a very long time here, and we're still here, right here at the resistance again. So let's see what happens. We get rejected here, expect to test back down to the lows, or even back into this trend channel down here, and a loss of this level really would, yeah, definitely test this, or at least down here even. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. A break of this channel then certainly would pop us back up into the recent highs, almost at a penny, and then definitely back up to a penny and higher from there. But taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, yeah, so Bitcoin's holding up pretty good right now. Like we talked about, expecting Bitcoin to range for a while and taking back market share from altcoins, because it recently had a low all the way at 40% or 39%, and we're right now at 46.5%, but have been as high as almost 48, 49. We may come back for a retest up here at 51% or so, which is also this trend channel I added in, where we had a support, and support. We might get some resistance up in this zone here, so keep an eye on that. Maybe I see a little trend line, something like that. So maybe we bounce around in here, right, for a little bit. But here, I can go ahead and leave this as a little guide for now. For next time, I don't know if I want it for the next video or not, but we'll just leave it here for now. Taking a look at Ethereum dominance. We probably were here last time, just judging by how it looks. So yeah, we're just still range bound in between these parallel channels. I just cloned in the prime trend line down here, right, all through here, and you can see the symmetry, how it works beautifully. Finding support here is pretty likely actually, because we had resistance here, major resistance, and major support and resistance over here. So holding this at 18% comes back up for a retest of 20% and trading in this channel. A loss of this, then definitely back down to the prime trend line, and we'll have to see how this holds up, because it could get ugly if we break this prime trend line and we come back down here for a little while, have some prolonged sideways action. We'll see what happens. XRP dominance, got 2 lines of repair here, and we lost this one, if you guys remember when I had this drone in. So now I just got this. I see this symmetry though, a nice little bull flag, which would be interesting. But we got support here at 2%, resistance at 2.5%, and resistance at 3%. So breaking above this would mean we're coming back in for that 2% retest, 2.5, sorry. Breaking above that even would send us to that 3%, and confluence with that, resistance. The macro 1, 2, 3, 4 touches roughly of resistance. A clear above this 6%, 3.5% or so, plus this downtrend would launch us much, much higher. So this chart is going to be very exciting when things start to pick up. And lastly, I want to finish up on the BLX here. I edited this a little bit better, or I just adjusted this a little bit better to make it fit pretty good. And if we break it, we break it. But so far, we have not broken it, guys, right? We have respected this channel since COVID all the way to now. So how long is that trend line for you to put it in perspective? We got about 500 days almost, 469 days. That's a lot of days. So the trend is your friend until the end, forever and always. So let's remember that. Until we lose this, get rejected by it, and continue lower, then it's looking pretty freaking bad for the short term. It's never looking bad for the long term, right? Because who knows? If this happened in the grand scheme of things, this would be freaking awesome, honestly, for the long term. Can you imagine if Bitcoin, this has a local top, we get rejected, we come back down here, and then we could continue our bull market really strongly for the future, get to where we need to be? That's looks totally normal. We've had plenty of massive crashes. Let me fix that. Plenty of massive crashes throughout Bitcoin's history, and it's recovered all of them. We got that one, we got that one, we got this one, all these little ones, this one, and here's another one. So nothing out of the ordinary. And yeah, I just wanted to have some fun with you guys on this one. I don't even really have to edit this one a lot, since I just kind of kept going through one little take. But yeah, I mean, you could tell kind of a little bored of dealing with this range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks now. I don't really like talking about the same thing all the time. I feel like it's repetitive, but I mean, every time I've made a video, there's been little updates here and there that I've been able to share with you guys. So I appreciate you guys as always for watching. Be sure to check out my social medias in the description down below, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.